I am the big tank.
On the battlefield of life, nothing's harder than a tank. Yeah, have you ever met a man, hearts full of love, bigger than a tank?
Big tank.
He served in a few wars. He's a veteran that stands for a cause. For the best interviews and news, just give me good to the tank.
I am the tank. Big tank.
BigTankTalk.
Tank.
BigTankTalk.
Tank. Hello, friends, and welcome to another episode of Big Tank Talk. Today we have the absolute pleasure of bringing back one of my favorite guests, the one, the only Uncle Timmy. Uncle Timmy, welcome to Big Tank Talk.
Thank you very much, Tank.
It is an absolute thrill to have you here, and I do appreciate you. Every interview starts with the same question. Tell us a little bit about you and how you came to be on Clapper.
I was on TikTok, and I started being banned because of the children. I mean, one time I got banned for nudity and sexual activity, wearing my T-shirt and my long shorts, and there was no talk about it at all. But anyway, I got tired of it, and I heard of Clapper, came over here, and fell in love with Clapper.
Oh, we're glad you're here, brother. So Lena says, Timmy, tell us about the time at Walmart with your bestie in the pickle.
It was just something like singing into a cucumber. We'll just say that.
I'm sure. Hey, welcome in, Albert. It's good to see you. And Albert, this is Uncle Timmy. I don't recommend you follow everybody I know, but you absolutely should follow Uncle Timmy. He's a phenomenal guy, and he's a really good friend to have too. Now you're as known on Clapper for anything else. For all the things you're known for, you're as known as being one of the founders of Team Positive Waves. I wonder if you could tell us how that came into being.
How did Positive Waves start? All right, me and Annie Butters was doing good morning videos, and then the negativity wave hit, and we got to talking, and then we got with Steve, and we decided to start a thing called Team Positive Waves, spreading nothing but love and positivity to try to change it, And it's been quite a while, and it's been good.
I know that's how I came to know you, through those Team Positive Wave shout out videos you do with people. And I've talked to several, including me, but of several people I know that were the subject of shout outs, and it just made their day. I mean, it made their whole week, to be a subject of one of your shout outs. Always appreciated. Lena says, tell us about asking people in public if they need a hug and why you do it.
Because, well, repeat that again. Tell us about asking people in public
if they need a hug, and then why you do it.
Because it can really make somebody's difference, even in just a kind word. But I've had people actually walk up and ask me, can I get one of your hugs? And it makes them feel better. And
I tell you what, I know the virtual hugs you give here on Clapper are precious, and I don't know anybody that knows you that doesn't want an Uncle Timmy hug at some time or another. So very much appreciated. Now, anybody that sees your Team Positive Wave videos know you portray several characters. Can you kind of tell us about how they came to be and who some of those characters are?
Okay.
And if
the character actually was created in my younger years. I was abused as a child. and the characters came to my head because plus I have multiple personality disorder, but they came to my head and helped me through a lot of stuff.
Okay. Besides just being you, which of those characters is your favorite one?
Oh, well, there's two favorites, Granny and JoJo.
Yeah, JoJo is a favorite of mine as well. Um, and then Big Tank and Granny have history as well, so we'll just leave that alone.
Yeah, they do.
Um,
Yes, they do.
Now, Team Positive Waves has been around on Clapper for at least 3 years, if not more. Have you had a lot of people? Have you had a lot of people that were interested in being a part of it?
Yes, and there were some we even tried, but they didn't make it because it's got to be 100% total positive. Any negativity, we just can't do it.
I understand that. Lena says, tell us a story of being in bed with your bestie and why why I fell to the floor.
She had something had happened, and she had come in my bedroom. We used to live together. And as a matter of fact, I could sit and lay in my bed and throw stuff at her and hit her in her bed. But she came in my room, and I can't remember the subject, but she started giggling. She ended up on my floor just laughing her butt off. But I don't remember the details.
I can understand that. Welcome in, Mystic Rose. It's good to see you. I want the skits you do for your Team Positive Waves. Are any of those ever inspired by things that happen in your actual life, or are they all just pulled out of your imagination?
Some come from my past, and I don't use any scripts at all. Whatever we're doing, it just comes right out of my head. So some of it is from my past, and some of it is just the thought I have right in that second as I'm doing the clips.
Okay, so you mentioned that you and LD Sweets used to be roommates. How did you guys meet?
Here on Clapper, and I'm going to tell it, Lena. I was actually headed to a different creators. I was going to go stay with them. And Lena said, turn, and had me come with her. Do y'all remember Lenny the life coach?
I don't remember that name off the top of my head, but that doesn't mean anything. I'm not young as I used to be.
And he's not Clapper no more, but he's a very he helps people. Well, he's a real life coach, and he's a recovering person too, and helps other people recover from alcohol and drugs.
Now, how did you and Lena become besties?
Well, I went to her house, and we were close on the Clapper, and we became on phone too. But when I went to her house, we just clicked like nobody's business.
Welcome in, Bud. Peter.
Her and her beautiful, amazing child.
Now, I know you live in Florida. Are you originally from Florida, or have you moved around?
I was born, my family was from Athens, Georgia. My mom was moving to Florida when she pulled over at Quitman, Georgia, and had me. And then we went to Orlando after when I got done being had, you know what I'm saying, when I got born. And
Okay.
then I lived in Orlando growing up, and then moved to Daytona Beach. Well, no, I bought a house in Castleberry, Florida, and I went to South Dakota, and then I came back to Daytona Beach. I've been around.
All right. Uncle Timmy, if money was not an issue, where would you like to go to visit?
That's a good question. I've always thought about Hawaii, though.
Uncle Timmy on the beach with a grass skirt.
And I would love to meet a lot more of my friends like you in person. I would love that.
That would be cool if we could ever make that happen. What is you kind of touched on it? What drives you to keep spreading love and positivity on Clapper? Do you ever get frustrated with Clapper?
Not with Clapper. My wife, I had some issues recently, and I've kind of faded away from just a step back. I mean, I'm here, but I wasn't here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But Clapper's pretty much. I mean, you have little times here and there, but for the most part, I love Clapper.
All right. Lena says, "How did Shitty Sheets come out in videos?"
We had talked about the character, and it wasn't going to be a naughty character, but I kind of pushed her into the naughtiness.
Okay, I can see that. Paul wants to know, what is your greatest achievement?
My greatest achievement, being able to spread love and positivity everywhere I go. I will go anywhere to a store, and I look around and make people smile. I reach out to them, and it happens.
Before I get to Lena's question, I got to follow up. How does Uncle Timmy keep from becoming discouraged?
Because enough positivity is there and making people feel better keeps me going, so I won't be discouraged.
And I got to believe, because you keep some really wonderful people around you, that also helps. Annie Butters is amazing. Steve and Lena are two of the best people I've ever met. In addition to you, of course. So I got to believe that helps. Now, Lena says, tell us about your cancer journey if you are willing to.
In my younger days, when I was in Orlando, I was working at a warehouse, a freight warehouse by the airport, and I developed vocal cord cancer. I had gotten a sore throat, and it just lasted forever and ever, so we went and had it checked out, and it was vocal cord cancer. So we radiated it, got rid of it, but I had to totally learn how to talk again. And people on phones don't understand what I'm saying. Some of them think I'm a woman. Well, but that's okay. You know, it's not done on purpose.
No problem. Peter Haywood wants to know how long you've been on Clapper.
Like 4.5 years.
So quite a while. Follow up to that before I get to Rose's question. What is your favorite thing about Clapper?
Being able to build a community like we've done.
Mystic Rose asks, what is your favorite hobby?
Hobby, I love going to flea markets and stuff, but not really a hobby.
So it can be. Yes, flea markets can be a hobby, but it's an expensive one.
Yeah. But see, I have fun just go in there and goofing off.
Right. And in today's day and age with phones that produce quality videos, everything, including flea marketing, is content. So there's always that. Lena says, tell us the difference nowadays about being out and proud gay versus 30 years ago.
Well, if you'd have asked me that 3 months ago, I would have had a different answer. Because now I'm disturbed and worried about things because of what's going on. I'm old school. I have no shame about being a gay man. But there are people in different areas of this, like, I don't want to call people out, but they're wanting to change everything in the world. Sex changes and being non whatever. And I don't agree with a lot of it. And I really can't talk about it because it bothers me.
No problem, Uncletimmy. KC Chiefs fan wants to know, which Positive Ways video did you have the most fun making? Or can you point to one?
I pretty much have fun making them all. And there's so many I couldn't pinpoint just one. I even have a good time making when people put a comment in one of my videos telling me they would love a hug, I actually do a virtual hug for them and post it as well.
Yeah, I noticed when I was going through your content, there's several videos there where people are asking you're reading their comment from a previous video where they asked for an Uncletimmy hug, and then you give them the virtual hug, which included me, by the way, and I really appreciate it. Now, you mentioned when you started Team Positive Waves, you started with Lena and Steve, LUFC official. How did you meet Steve?
Well, it was on Clapper, and I think Andy Butters knew him and introduced us.
Welcome in, Martha. It's good to see you. Peter wants to know your views on the TikTok ban or the potential TikTok ban.
I don't want it to happen, but I feel like it's coming. So I don't want it though. I have a lot of people on TikTok.
LD Sweet says, tell us how Lena's child ruined your video clip because she wanted to see her granny.
Repeat that question.
Oh, I got to go back to it now because it's unpinned. Tell us how Lena's child ruined your video clip because she would want to see her granny.
She actually will request something from Granny. Granny will stop what she's doing, make her own special clip, and if Granny said or did something that she didn't like, it gets removed.
I understand. Welcome in, Celia. It's good to see you. Peter, I'll ask this, but then after this, let's just kind of drop that angle on there. Peter says, how do you tolerate the digital censorship on TikTok?
Well, I really don't do too much over there anymore, except for I show love to my friends, and that's about it. I haven't really posted anything in a long time.
That's a good way to not have to deal with it. Just, Clapper is where we are, and that's where I want to keep the focus, Peter. So if you don't mind, I don't mind you asking app-specific questions, but ask about Clapper, because that's where we are, and that's where our focus is. Liam just asked a question. Let me go back and get it. Casey Chiefs fan is Liam, by the way, and he wants to know, is Granny going to make a surprise visit tonight?
That would be nice, but no. Now, if I knew that somebody was going to ask that, I could have made that happen, but I didn't, and she's not even at home right now.
That would be my. Lena says we won JoJo, and I was going to ask if JoJo might make an appearance. Ronan wants to know, do you have a favorite sports team?
No, Ronan, I'm not really into sports. You guys would not believe, I'm very busy in the social media. I make good morning videos for over 100 people, pass them out every day, and then I do what I can in the social part. It's a lot of work.
Amy is a busy man, trust me. Fear the Reaper, Paul wants to know, how does someone get involved in Team Positive Waves?
In what way do you talk about being involved? Because we have different functions. We have a comedy section, and then we have like the characters that talk to the people we're giving shout outs to. What exactly when they...
I think he's talking about, like you'll see a small clip from me here and there in your videos. Just being part of the videos, that's what he's talking about.
Reach out, brother, and I have no problem adding other people in the videos at all.
So while we're on the subject of Team Positive Waves, how does a person become the subject of a Team Positive Wave shout out video?
Well, I go through and we'll pick different ones, and we have other people trying to give us names and the picture, clip, copy of their profile, and that's pretty much it. But we always look in different, like Tank will give me one, or Steve will give one, and Annie Butters and Lena. It's spread out.
So does the decision on who gets chosen ultimately rest with you, or is it like a group decision between those of you that have been with Team Positive Waves from the beginning?
We talk about that because they have to be total positive. If there's any negativity in the comments or the videos, we can't do them.
Understood. Lena wants to know, if you could leave the country just for an extended stay, what country would you visit and why?
The UK. Go hang out with my buddies, my family.
Right on. I would definitely love to go to the UK. Paul lives there, although he's coming to the States in October. But I also would like to meet Steve, and several of my friends live in the UK as well. I have to agree with you on that one. I noticed in going through your content, a lot of it is Team Positive Waves and the good morning videos that you do. Does Uncle Timmy ever make content other than those?
Yes, but it's been a while. It's been a while. But and it's funny you asked that, because I've been thinking about doing some recently.
Right on.
We'll see what happens. Me and Steve have been known in the past to do different things too. And we've done a few videos back, if you look a little further back. We've done videos with just us having fun making content.
I did see some of those, but I still, it was a question worth asking just the same. Coming back to Clapper for a minute, what is your least favorite part of Clapper?
the negativity.
Yeah, I can understand. Negativity can drain a person pretty quickly if you let it.
When I go to
Um,
my doctor appointments and they ask me, am I allergic to anything? I tell them only negativity.
right on. Now, for new, and I've seen videos where you offer advice, so I know you do this. But what advice do you have for people that are coming to Clapper for the first time?
Um, just try to be positive and have fun. Because you know, even going outside of your door, you can make content. Everything is content.
Right on. Mystic Rose asks, "What's your favorite season?"
Winter
Why
here in
winter?
Florida. Here in
Oh,
Florida, that is. Because the
yeah,
heat kicks my butt.
yeah, I get that. I got to remind myself you live in Florida, so your winter and my winter are not the same. Um, so how does Uncle Timmy relax?
Laughing at my niece. My niece lives with me and we hang out and just do stuff. And by the end of the day, I'm exhausted.
So, Uncle Timmy, you really are good at lifting people's spirits and with your love and positivity. Who do you turn to when you need your spirits lifted?
I get around my positive people who have positive energy. My boo, Jeff, and my niece, she's got a lot of positive energy too. Well, she's on Clapper too now.
Right on. She's making appearances now and then in your videos too, isn't she? Yeah. So when Clapper has events like they did for the Mad Hatter's Quest, do you participate?
I forget what I did for that. There was a couple of things I did. I don't remember exactly what it was. I did turn in videos for it.
Right. But I guess the question is not just that event, but when Clapper does things like that in general, do you generally participate in it?
Yeah, before when I'm able to. Like right now, my home situation, I'm doing my best to try to stay in the social media.
No, I know, Uncle Timmy, because you and I are friends, that you do have health issues, as I do as well. But um, do you have a good support system around you for when the health becomes an issue?
Very good.
That's good to know.
I have my nieces and my sisters and my little brother. Ooh, I almost forgot him.
Um, Now, I've said many times, and in my interviews and such, some of my best inspirations for doing what I do on here are you, Steve, and Lena. Ronan would be another one, but who inspires you to do what you do to spread love and positivity and be uh, a really positive person here on Clapper?
I will tell you, and this is not too long ago, when we got a hold of Sean Heights, that man can keep you grinning and laughing. He is very funny and very
Oh, I agree.
positive.
Yeah, Sean is a fantastic person. One of the best things that happened to Clapper, in my opinion. So I can't disagree with that. Lena says, tell us about Granny telling everyone to toss flip flops.
That was when her and I was living together, and we did actually throw flip flops from room to room.
Right on. Um, if you could go back in time and talk to your 18-year-old self, What advice would you give to your 18-year-old self?
Stay away from a few people. And stay positive. I was a manic depressive on a lot of medication for depression. And when I switched my life around and started this social media stuff, I haven't taken depression meds in over 4 years.
That's good. Paul wants to know what's the best advice you've ever been given.
Stay away from negativity.
That's good. Lena, tell us about the time Granny had to go into the convenience store that sold food and sing.
I forget the name of the program we was doing, but it was 4 points too in about a game series, and she had to go in Publix, push the cart back there, and try to get them to say something, and they said what she was supposed to get them to say. So same thing happened with Sugar Tips. She had to go in 7-Eleven and order food. Sing for your dinner or something. And she did was sing for your dinner. And she went in there and sung a song.
That had to be very entertaining to see.
It was awesome. I'll post a video. I got a video of her singing. I'll post it one day.
I'm looking forward to that. Is it possible to embarrass Uncle Timmy?
I'll grin and bash a little bit, but nothing goes too bad.
Does JoJo love Lena the most?
That's his mama. Mama Sweets.
Yeah, JoJo. I think JoJo is my favorite of all your characters. No offense to any of the rest of them, but
well, he's a good boy. He is.
Paul wants to know: can we all get an Uncle Timmy hug?
Are you ready?
We're ready. Let's have it.
Positive vibes and love, and here comes your Uncle Timmy hug. Hope that worked.
That was awesome, Uncle Timmy, and always appreciated. And there are some days that just that little. I mean, it's not a big thing. I mean, it is a big thing for us, but just that little act of kindness can really turn around somebody's day.
All right,
and
can I put this on hold for one quick second?
Yeah, go ahead.
I got a little emergency.
No problem.
You want me to come sit with him?
No, I gotta use the bathroom.
Okay.
Lena, we'll get that when he comes back. I think this emergency is the first time it's happened during an interview, but that's life, you know. That's a good question, though, Lena. That's a good one to start with when he comes back. While we're waiting, Lena, can you kind of give us what your first impression of Uncle Timmy was when you met him?
That was Shitty Sheet's fault.
There were two questions asked while you were gone. The one in front of me, I'll ask you first because it'll be easier to remember that one. Difficult. Anyway, Ronan wants to know: has anyone ever told you that you remind him of the guitar player from Cheap Trick, whose name is Rick Nielsen, by the way? Which would be a tremendous compliment, I think. Anybody ever told me I look like a rock star?
I have heard that one time, but it's been a long time
And he's
ago.
right. He's right. You do quite favor Rick Nielsen quite a bit. Lena says, tell us some stories about that time you worked with the elderly at a nursing home.
Okay. In the beginning, many years ago, I was a CNA. And I worked there for 4 or 5 years and then became an activities aide. And I did that for about 3, 4 months. And they asked me to go get certified. And I did. And I became an activities director. And it was a lot of fun.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, people forget. Just because we're old doesn't mean we stop living. So I'm sure the elderly, they've always, all of them, every elderly person I ever met has a story and an interesting story to tell. And if you sit and just engage with them, it not only enriches you, but it makes their day a whole lot better. I just, the elderly have a soft spot in my heart, not because I'm getting there either.
Hey, J. Rita. Yeah, I was very blessed. And to this day, one of my residents from the nursing facility where I worked still reaches out and contacts me.
That's awesome, brother. Now, I will tell you what this pen comment from Lena. While you were gone, I asked her if she'd give us her first impression when she met you. And she said, I have a video of it, and I have to say I fell in love with his soul, and he became my bestie. I don't know how anybody can meet you and not just love you who you are. And welcome in Jarita, Karen, and Kevin. Just want to make sure I didn't miss anybody. So, do you have like favorite creators here on Clapper?
Oh my God, yes. Big Tank's one of them.
Thank you.
He's very positive, and parts of the videos where he gets in, I can reach out to him and say, Tank, can I get you a clip saying this? He will send it, no problem.
Yep.
Sean Heinz and LD Sweets, Broken Lyric. There's many. J. Rita. There's many.
Is Broken Lyric still on here? I haven't seen him in a while, but he's awesome.
Yeah.
Paul says he first met you in a live with Steve not long after he started on here. And what great, I mean, going into a live with Uncletimmy and Steve, that's an awesome live to be in if all you do is lay back and watch them two just interact. Really awesome.
Yeah, me and Steve have a blast. On a birthday of mine back in the past, Broken Lyric had actually made me a birthday video, and he was singing a song and dance. It was real cool. And I still have a clip of him telling Sugar Tits that he will always love her. He's a great guy.
Oh, he and I became friends a few years back when I met him, and I know I still follow him on TikTok. I just know if he's still on here. I'm pretty sure his account's still here, but I just haven't seen him in a while. Lena says, when you get overwhelmed, what do you do, and what advice would you give to someone else?
I get a little silence to myself, a long time, and then I get around positive people.
And would that be your advice to other people if they become overwhelmed then?
Oh yeah. Take yourself a little break and then try to be around positivity. It makes a big difference.
I'll tell you what, Uncletimmy, you're on a short list of people in Clapper that I know if I'm having a tough time, I just have to reach out. You're going to be there. Ronan is another one. Tim Lazenby, who is NHL PhD now. But and those are guys, Tim and Ronan. Those are guys that if I pull back from Clapper for any reason, within a day they're contacting me and checking on me and make sure I'm okay. We've got people like that, like you and Lena and Steve. You guys are such a valuable friends to have and people to be around. Simply for that positivity, the fact that you show love to people like you do is really, truly amazing. And anybody that doesn't see it isn't worth your time in the first place.
That is true.
And Becky, he is truly a gift to others. And never doubt that. He is. I will always tell my friends, if you're not following Uncle Timmy, then you're making a mistake. You definitely should be following Uncle Timmy. Now, Paul asked, where did you come up with all the characters that you use? I know you said they were a coping mechanism from when you were younger, but I think maybe how did you come up with the specific characters that you have, Granny and Sugar Tits and JoJo and...
Okay, Papa Dirt, Bubba, those all came while I was in my social media. Granny, JoJo, and Sugar Tits are my oldest. And I have some, they're not full time. They'll just pop in and, you'll see them in the video and then they're gone.
Right.
It's a lot of fun.
I tell you what, I know I'm interviewing you, Uncle Timmy, but I got to tell you, Christmas Day of 2023, when you reached out and asked me if I wanted to be a part of Team Positive Waves, made my Christmas. No disrespect to Tabby and Lizzie and my daughters. That made my Christmas that year. And it's an honor that I'm still a part of it. I've seen several good people come and go in Team Positive Waves. And the fact that I'm still a part of it, 2 years this Christmas, it's an absolute honor for me to be a part of it, and I thank you for that.
And Tank, we love you, brother. We really do. You're amazing.
Well, there's a reason that when people ask me who inspires me, three of the first names that come out are yours, Steve's, and Lena's. You all happen to be a part of Team Positive Waves, and I'm telling you guys, you can do a lot worse than having positive people, to be inspired by. They really are. They're good people. They're good to everybody, and if, you just gotta appreciate that when you have it.
Yeah, I agree.
Here's a different question than you've been asked before in one of these interviews. What's your favorite thing to eat?
I love hot dogs and pizza.
Right on. Welcome in, Ted. It's good to see you, brother. You may be late, but we still got an interview to go. So, Ted, if you have any questions for Uncle Timmy, he'd be happy to hear it. And Lena says your favorite thing to eat is her cooking.
She does cook good.
Have you ever wanted to go somewhere just because of the food there?
Oh, just for the food?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of that restaurant. Oh my goodness. It's a seafood restaurant. It's very famous, but Red Lobster. Very good. I love it there.
Jarita says she heard Italy has the best food in the world and she's always wanted to go. Jarita, I have to tell you, I lived in Italy for 2 years. The food there is absolutely phenomenal. And if you ever get a chance to go where it's not real popular, not a real popular tourist area, and you will get the more authentic Italian people, the more authentic Italian food. I highly recommend, if you go to Italy, do it that way. Stay away from the highly trafficked what I just where everybody goes, I know I just tourist. Thank you. Joe. Stay away from the highly populated tourist areas because a lot of those places tend to Americanize things because some silly reason people from America go to other places and they look for America. I recommend you do the opposite. Go, like, if whatever country you go to, find something that's off the beaten path for tourists and find the authentic experience for that country. And in Italy, that's absolutely amazing to do. Again, I highly recommend it. And Paul says, what's your favorite place to travel to and visit?
Back home to Georgia.
Would that be southern Georgia?
Huh?
Is that southern Georgia, northern Georgia? Just curious.
Athens, where my cousins and stuff live.
Right on. Now, I have to ask because I'm a different kind of person. My family on my mother's side is big city, all of them. And on my dad's side, they're from the mountains and they're totally country. Do you have that variety of people in your family?
Oh yeah, a lot of country. Not that many city, but a lot of country.
Ever get inspired to do a skit based on the different type of family you have?
It's never come to my mind. Well, I can't say that because JoJo mentioned one of my grandparents in a video yesterday or the day before.
Oh, really?
And he told the other character that he told Granny that other character reminded him of Granny Poe, which is my Granny Poe.
Right on. Inquiring minds like mine want to know, will Uncle Timmy start going live a little bit more on Clapper?
Yeah, I'm gonna start that. Me and Annie Butters was gonna do that, but I had the issues going on there for a little bit. And but they're getting cleared up now, and I'm gonna be able to spend more time. I just gotta pick up a good time that everybody can get together and come start doing live.
Well, let me know when you decide on that, what that time is, and if there's no conflict with me, I'll definitely be there.
Awesome. Because her and I was doing them pretty good now. Her and I was doing them together, Annie and I. And this happened, that happened, and we missed it. And then we're just on hold. But we're going to start real soon. Her and I have been talking about it.
I'm looking forward to that, Uncle Timmy. Here's a question. Now, you know that you're pretty well known here on Clapper, correct? Does that fact ever surprise you?
What surprised me?
The fact that you are known by so many people on Clapper.
Not really surprised. It makes me feel good. But it took a long time to grow. I mean, to grow it. I was paying attention the whole time. You know what I'm saying? So it was none of it was a shock. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, it does. Paul wants to know, what's your favorite genre of film to watch? Like movies.
I like cops. I love the cop shows.
That's cool. I'm all over the place. Like with my interest in music, my interest in movies is the same. I guess I'm just easily entertained. So let me ask you. Now you do such a variety of characters. Has there ever been somebody you've seen in a movie that you thought to yourself, I would love to do a scene or a movie with that person? And if so, who?
Medea. I love me some Medea.
Right on. And Ronan wants to know if you have a favorite genre of music.
I love old hip hop and country. The old stuff.
Đi boy.
You know, Patsy Cline and
Right.
Dolly Parton.
So Lena says, tell us a story of your childhood.
Girl. Let's see. Oh, I remember a time we had just come to Florida and it was like a hurricane. Somehow I ended up at home alone. And I really, to this day, believe that I saw an angel.
That had to be unusual. And no one's ever swayed you from believing that?
No. From what? From misbelieving it or believing it?
From believing it.
No, I believed it. And I was the only one of my mom's children that went to church. And I told the church about it, and they believed it too, and they told me, yeah.
I believe that, Uncle Timmy, because I truly believe, and people can tell me I'm wrong if they want, but my dad's mother, my grandmother, I believe she was an angel here on earth. You know, she lived into her mid-70s. I never saw her cross with anybody. She had a heart as big as all outdoors, and I never met anybody that didn't absolutely love her. And she was a mother and a grandmother. She took care of you. She made sure you were well fed. She made sure you always felt welcome when you were around her. And I believe she was an angel here on earth, and one of my greatest inspirations in my life.
Sean!
Hey, Sean.
You're not wrong, brother. I believe it too. Boy, I'm glad we're not talking about Sean no more.
You can always see it on the YouTube after the fact. Sean, if you have a question for Uncle Timmy, you still have time. But if I could, Uncle Timmy, I want to take a minute. This will take a minute to explain too. Officially, I don't have a guest next week yet. I am in discussions with a gentleman who is known on Clapper, TikTok, Instagram, a lot of social media as American Bearded Warrior, to get him to be my guest next week. If that falls through, then my guest will be Bluesman, who I've tried to, last time we had the opportunity, he was unable to make it through circumstances that were beyond his control. Either way, whether it's American Bearded Warrior or Bluesman, next week is going to be a phenomenal interview, and I encourage everybody to be there if you have the time in your day. It's again 3:00 Central on Sunday. So, Lena, tell us why the trailer park is nothing but chaotic, crazy whore fest.
Well, you hear about street people and prostitutes, and my character is like, I don't know if you heard the prices, like 75 cents or $1.25. You know, it's just to make people grin and giggle. And
Well, it does work. The videos that you do for Team Positive Waves are extremely entertaining. And like I said, I haven't met a person yet who was the person being shouted out with a Team Positive Waves video that didn't absolutely love it. It was a thrill for me the first time you guys did one for me before I became even part of the team. And that just absolutely I was just walking on air the whole day that day. It was a thrill to have it done, and I couldn't tell you how much I appreciate it. It was awesome. So, Paul says he got future.
And I'm also very glad you joined Team Positive Waves.
Well, I appreciate being asked too. Yep. Hey, Paul, reach out to Uncle Timmy after the interview. 'Cause I'm sure he'll give you a good look, and if he believes you're a good fit, you'll be a part of the team. And I love his sense of humor. I think he could definitely bring something to Team Positive Waves too. I tell you the truth, when I first joined, I never thought you'd ever see me as part of your skits. I don't consider myself that imaginative, or funny, or that's why when I do my part, I like to do a positive little saying at the beginning of the video, which is what I'll do for the one that's going out tomorrow. I'm kind of among Team Positive Wave. I'm probably known for that as well. Putting my little bit at the front of it before you.
Well, Tank is Granny's man. So he does nothing wrong as far as Granny says.
That's good to know. Yeah, Paul, we all have moments where we have something to rant about, but you do a lot to make sure people are smiling and feeling good on here. Not to mention the fact that you screen record for me every week. You're such a positive, helpful person. Like I said, reach out, talk with Uncle Timmy. I'm sure they'll figure something out. Dank and dope. I assume those are good words, Ronan and Sean. Not usually words you'll hear me use, but thank you. Just same, I appreciate it. Thank you, welcome in.
If
Lena,
you
I'm
guys
gonna
are
let you.
not following Sean, you need to. Sorry.
Thank you, Vamp. I'm going to let Lena have the last question before I bring everything to a close and let you do your shout out. So, Lena, do you have one more question for Uncle Timmy?
She's gone.
Tell us why you drink so much Mountain Dew. It drives her crazy.
That's a hard thing. I'm just hooked on it. If I don't have Mountain Dew, I'm drinking sweet tea.
Now, you're going to like this, Uncle Timmy. I'm known for drinking brisk, usually blood orange, but not right now. But if I'm not drinking brisk, I'm drinking sweet tea.
There you go. Country folks.
All right. That's going to wrap up the questions for today, Uncle Timmy. At this point, I'm going to offer you this opportunity to do a shout out. The shout out can be for whoever or whatever you want it to be. That's strictly up to you, but this is your time for the shout out.
Okay. Everybody, if you don't know Sean Heinz, y'all need to give that man a follow. He is amazing. He's not only funny, but he also will help you if you need some herbs. Love you, Sean.
And he can sing. Let's not forget, Sean's got a good singing voice too, and he can do rap. He's just a multi-talented guy, and he's pretty good on a skateboard too. All right, my friends, on the heels of the shout out for Sean, which I absolutely endorse, I got a few shout outs that I want to do of my own. First and foremost, I have to shout out Fear the Reaper, my friend Paul, who screen records every interview except the one that he couldn't make because he had a death in the family. And then Lena did it and has said, which I'm greatly grateful for. But Paul makes it possible for me not to worry about it. He gets it recorded for me, and then he sends it so that I can put my little bit on it and then put it on YouTube so that everyone that can't make the interview can still go and watch the interview. I also want to shout out Lena and Ronan and the obnoxious heifer, which is Vamp, who are among my absolutely amazing mods that keep everything free flowing because this is an interactive interview, and we really can't have the hookers coming in and offering to sell pictures or whatever they're doing, or begging me to lock it down, which I'm not going to do. But they keep they keep the chat clean so that there's plenty of room for questions, and then they pin the questions so they make sure I don't miss them. Becky, you're a gift as well. Let's never forget that.
I got a 911.
All right. And then my last shout out is always going to be for Tabby. It's Chelsea Bug on here. She is my amazing, beautiful other half, and she puts up with me taking the time to research before I do interviews, and then taking the time for interviews and then the lives that I do. She's absolutely amazing like that, and I am blessed that she's willing to put up with me doing all that. Hey, Tina, welcome in. I'm sorry, but we were just getting ready to shut it down. We've been interviewing Uncle Timmy today. He's had an emergency come up, but my questions for him are done, so we're good to go. Tina, it'll be on my YouTube channel on Wednesday. And I still want you to consider letting me interview you at some point, because you're an amazing artist. You're a very interesting person. I consider your videos as much art as the finger painting that you do. And I would love to have you be a guest. Uncle Timmy, I want to thank you again for agreeing to being a guest today, and just taking the time to let me interview you and answer questions from me and from these awesome people that come to observe the interview.
I love you all.
And with that, guys, I'm going to call it a day. Have a wonderful rest of your Sunday, and I'll see you on the Clapper Streets.